Okay, so hopefully you are registered for GT103 because that's what we're doing. Yeah. If anybody needs to leave, go for it. We won't laugh too hard. I'm Professor Gentry. I actually teach mostly computer science here at Carolina University, but I am teaching GT103 this term for you guys. Just so that you know, my door is always open for anybody, okay? If you're computer science or not, doesn't matter. My door's always open. We're here to help you guys get through this, okay? I know for some it can be crazy, it could be daunting, it could be scary. You know, we've been there, done that. We have a few tips and tricks we can help you with. But in the end, it's our job to get you guys through this. This class is more of a freshman seminar type, first year student type course, okay? The biggest thing I want to tell you guys, if you show up, pay attention, and you hand in the assignments on time, you're going to get an A, okay? I'll tell you that right now. Most of our assignments, if anyone's looked at them, are quite subjective, okay? And I can't tell you that that's not how you feel. Does that make sense? Okay, that's not my job. I know we do have a weekly journal entry. That's just kind of like a paragraph or two of what did you discover about yourself this week? What did you learn this week? What stood out to you this week as, I didn't know about this, but this is really great information. I can't tell you that you're wrong, right? Hello, welcome, come on in. So really, if you hand it in, you're pretty much going to get full credit, right? So really do the work, hand it in, and show up to class or watch the lecture. First thing I want to say to you guys, there are two sections of this class. There is one at 8:30 a.m. Good morning. And for those that weren't here, I left my coffee in my office upstairs. So this is going to be fun. And then there's a section at 10 a.m. Okay. For anybody that has conflicts and need to switch, we need to do it today or tomorrow. Okay. I know there were some questions about like English comp or practices and things like that. If you need to switch to the other one permanently, we need to do so today or tomorrow. Okay. If you need to switch temporarily for some odd reason, just shoot me an email, not a problem. Okay. The same thing goes for if, you know, everyone sitting here has said, I'm going to be there in person. If you're sick, if you're not feeling good, if you come down with COVID, if the car breaks down in your commuter, shoot me an email. And we do have a synchronous version. Here, my synchronous people, I'm putting you up on the screen, or I'm putting you up on the screen just so everybody can say hi. Okay, we've got a handful of people here online. Say hi to your classmates. Hi, guys. So we've got some that are synchronous, and then we have some that are asynchronous. And asynchronous just means they watch these videos of what we do in class on their own time. Okay. If you're in person, your participation will be counted by your attendance. If you're synchronous, it will be counted as with your presence. If you're asynchronous, it's going to be counted if you watch the video. Okay. We watch the videos through something called Edpuzzle. Is anyone familiar with Edpuzzle? Yeah, I see a few yeses. Okay. It'll tell me what percentage of the video you watched, and I can tell who's watched what video. So if you're asynchronous or you miss a class and you need to watch it asynchronous, watch it through the Edpuzzle link, and you'll get your participation credit, okay? The other thing, I'm going to be very difficult with you guys when it comes to things like communication. Number one, I've gotten several emails from a bunch of you guys, okay? What we need to start doing, number one, is you have to use your Carolina University email for communications to faculty. I've gotten a few from some personal Gmails, and I just wrote back and said, send this from your Carolina University email, okay? I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm trying to get you into the habit, okay? Because you'd rather have me do it than, you know, maybe some of the other professors, okay? So I'm going to push back because you've got to get into these habits, okay? The next habit, that's a good one that I'm pushing back on, that I must really start pushing back on. In your subject, line of your email, please put the class. Okay? So if you shoot me an email, the very first thing in the subject line should be GT103 dash whatever you want. Okay? I teach multiple classes, as do most of the faculty here. And when we get an email saying, oh, the most popular one that I've gotten is, what book do we need? I'm sorry, what class are you in? Okay, well, I'm in this class. Okay, so it's taken now 3 days to answer a very quick, easy question, right? And we don't want to prolong that if we don't have to. Okay, so I'm really going to start pushing back on you guys. If there's no course code in the subject line, I'm going to send it back and say, what class? Okay, and again, this is to get you into those good habits. Okay, your professors are going to love it. They're going to, you know, it's going to make their lives easier. It's going to make your lives easier. You're going to be able to find emails in your own inbox so much easier. We're going to be able to find emails so much easier in our inboxes. Okay, so those are some big things to kind of remember. Any questions yet so far? I haven't really done like a whole lot. No? Everybody good? Everybody awake? Anybody awake? A little bit? Okay. So has everybody downloaded the syllabus, printed it out? No? Yeah? I see a few yeses and nos. Okay. First thing we're going to go through today is the syllabus. We're going to go through a little bit about the Carolina University webpage, and then we're going to go a little bit into the My Carolina page. And if somebody wants to like flag me down at like, I don't know, maybe in like an hour, because if I lose track of time, I mean, please don't just be like, we're running out of time. Because I want to leave a good like 10 minutes at the end for questions. Okay. Okay. My office is right up these stairs. When you get to the top of the stairs, you go to the left. I'm in 203D. My information is on the My Carolina in our course portal. So first thing, to get to your course portal, you go to the Carolina University email or website, and you go to My Carolina U, and then you log in. Yours looks slightly different than mine because I've got some faculty information on it, but in general, it's the same. At the top, you'll have something called courses. They're all having fun in the chat, y'all. Okay, GT103. Let's do this as a student. So this is what you should see when you log into our GT103. You're going to see something extremely similar for every other course that you're enrolled in, okay? They're all set up pretty much the same. You've got the title of the course at the top, and then down the left, you have all of your links, okay? These are the links that are going to take you to all the different places within that website, okay? If you go to the link that says information and syllabus, it'll bring up general course information, okay? This is where we were looking for some of those lost souls as to what room they're in. It's down there at the bottom. You've got my email there directly that you can click on, and it'll open up email and shoot me an email, okay? It also has the dates and times and a little description, okay? If you keep scrolling down, over here on the left-hand side, there's the syllabus for the course, okay? It's in the same location in every course, okay? It's going to be on that course overview page, and it's going to be syllabus, okay? Now, each syllabus is going to be unique to your professor and your faculty, okay? I know I'm OCD and mine's like 14 pages, but it probably will answer like 90% of the questions you have, okay? And if you read something and you're like, why is that in there? Just know it's because I've either had a question or I've had someone do it, okay? So that's always interesting to read through. Your syllabus is going to be your instruction guide and your manual or your Bible to that class, okay? If you're not familiar with using syllabus, it's going to have all the instructions in it. The biggest difference between like what we did in high school and what we're doing in college is that your entire class is planned out before you walk in this door, okay? Most likely there is no such thing as spur of the moment assignments, pop quizzes, things like that. That's not a thing, okay? Does that make sense? That was always like the most frustrating thing about, like, to me about like high school, right? Like on a Friday, oh, just, you know, do this assignment and hand it in Monday. I was like, I got stuff I gotta do, right? It doesn't work that way in college, okay? In your syllabus, the very first thing at the very top is going to be your professor's information, okay? It is gonna have their name, where their office is, what their office phone number is, their email, and most importantly, what their office hours are, okay? Office hours vary from professor to professor, but in general, it means I will be in my office between 1 and 2 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday for anybody to walk in my door, okay? It means that's where you can find me. I also have by appointment. If you click on that link, it'll take you to like an online scheduling type system, and it'll show you my availability, and you can reserve time with me, okay? I can reserve time via on doing like a Zoom meeting or in person, doesn't matter, okay? It's in the selection. And I think I have like a 15-minute and a 30-minute. Come on in, you guys.
Sorry about being late.
You're fine, huh? Oh, wait, it's you? No, you're not fine. I'm just kidding. I was messing with him yesterday, y'all. It's fine. Okay, so if you ever need to get a hold of me, again, my office door, I should be in my seat between 1 and 2, Monday and Wednesday, or otherwise by appointment. That does not mean you can't just walk by, and if I'm there, you can come talk to me, okay? It just means I'm guaranteed to be in this location at this time, okay? Personally, outside of my door, I have a little sign that actually says I'm in class, I'm in the lab. If it says I'm in the lab, I'm down in Polk in the computer lab, 201, the one on the left as you walk in. If it says I'm on campus somewhere, God only knows where I'm at, but I'm here. And then I do have one that says off campus, okay? So if you just want to drop by, see if I'm there, it'll kind of tell you if I'm on campus or not, okay? Make sense? Yeah. So outside of office hours, you know, it's always good to just drop me an email and be like, hey, are you going to be in your office at this time? Do you have a meeting? You know, that type of thing. But again, feel free. My door's always open. Okay. The next thing on the syllabus is our mission statement and a short course description. And I do put pictures in my syllabus because it's kind of boring. I'm not going to lie. We've got course delivery. So this course is being offered in person, synchronously using Zoom during our class time, right? Synchronous at the same time, and asynchronous, not at the same time. So you can watch it offline. We kind of talked about that using the Ed Puzzle. Okay. I do ask that as a student, you be self-motivated, self-directed, and use good time management skills. I can help you with that if you need it. Okay. I didn't have time is not usually a good enough excuse to miss an assignment. Sorry, it just doesn't, okay? It just means you need to schedule better. Be ready, willing, and prepared to learn. Again, this course, since it's more of like a seminar type class, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it, okay? Contribute, support your classmates, and create a contingency plan. So if your contingency plan is I'm in person, but if I'm not feeling well, I'm going to shoot an email to Professor Gentry and I'm going to go synchronously. That can be your contingency plan, okay? Making sure that you've got enough Wi-Fi and everything at home, that's possible. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Online, okay, it just goes through what Asynchronous means what you need to be accessing. The assignments are all the same, whether you're in person, synchronous, or asynchronous. Everybody's assignments are the same. The big difference is how you access the lectures and how you're getting your information. Okay. If you are going to do synchronous or asynchronous, or I'm sorry, if you're going to do synchronous, we're using Zoom. There's going to be a Zoom link on the left-hand side in that menu bar that's going to take you to the Zoom link. I also did put it in the news and announcements from this morning, and I shot you guys an email. The Zoom link is going to stay the same throughout this course. Okay, it's not going to change. Okay. So technology, if you're having technical problems, contact tech support. Okay, please do me a favor. Okay. I'm not offering tech support 24/7. That's their job. Go ahead and do an IT ticket. We're going to go through how to do that if you're having any kind of technical issues. If you cannot access your My Carolina U, if you can't access an exam or a paper or an assignment, if there's something missing, contact IT, okay? It's just going to make it faster, because if you contact me, I'm going to tell you to contact IT, right? Well, that was not fun, right? Where was that? Right there. Okay. If I can remember where I was, it'd be better. We've got only one book to purchase in this class, okay? I've had questions about it. This is the book. It's called Clifton's Strengths for Students. What we are really needing in this is there is like a code in the back, okay? I'm going to do some research when I get back to my desk today, eventually, and I'm going to try and see different resources for you guys to purchase the book. There should be in the news and announcements some different locations that have it. Talked to some students over the weekend at the welcome weekend saying that they were out and stuff like that. I'm going to try and find some other resources for you guys as well, okay? We don't need this till week 2 next week, so we still have a few days, a little bit of time, okay? So don't panic about that. With this book, it's going to be only used for a portion of this. Most of our readings and our assignments are going to be online, either through videos or through PDFs that you can access, okay? We are going to be taking the Clifton Strengths assessment, and you're going to find out what some of your strengths are as a person and how to work with those strengths, right? That's going to make things easier for everybody, right? You don't want to do it the hard way, right? And we're all human, so everyone's easy way is going to be different. So you need to find out what your easy way is before you can actually benefit from that. Okay? Edpuzzle is where I'm going to put all of the recorded lectures once they're done. I think we already talked about that. There is a link here to join. Even if you're in person or synchronous, I would go ahead and join. So that way you have it, you know where it is. If for some reason you need to watch a lecture after outside of class time. Okay, just go ahead and get prepared for it. Does that make sense? You're going to sign in with your Carolina University email. At the very bottom of the login, it says, you know, like log in with Google. That made me really loud, sorry. It says log in with Google. Click on sign in with Google and use your Carolina University email. Any website that says log in with Google, you can use your Carolina University email to get in, okay? Because we use the Google system. Make sense? Okay, we've got some course objectives. And then we've got, here's the requirements and assignments, okay? And again, I know I put a lot more on this than probably most professors, but I try to be as thorough as possible. So we're going to have several different assignments. The assignment for this week, which is due on Sunday, is to update your e-learning profile, okay? I saw a few of you have already added a picture. Put a picture up there. Make sure, preferably a picture of you, not the dog or like a cartoon, because you've got faculty that kind of want to look in and go, oh, I remember who that person is, okay? Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know, I love it, but I've got like 180 new students starting today. It's going to take me a while. I apologize, but it's gonna, okay? It's just gonna take me a while, but I'm better visually, so I would see your picture and know who you are. We're gonna take that Clifton Strengths Assessment. That's gonna be an assignment. We're going to do some learning styles, some time management. We're going to write a letter to the incoming cohort for next time of what to expect, what's helpful, things like that, okay? You're gonna have a weekly journal reflection. There's gonna be a question. I'll show you what that's gonna look like. And again, a paragraph, a page, don't stress over it, please. It's not a stressful thing. We have 2 meetings that you guys are gonna be required to do. One meeting is gonna be with your advisor, and one meeting is gonna be with a peer mentor, okay? When I say meeting with your peer mentor, it can be as easy as meeting in the caf for lunch, going for coffee in the den. It doesn't matter. It's not a formal thing, okay? These are peer mentors. You know, I can stand up here and tell you all day, but sometimes you'll receive it better coming from a peer, right? And you can ask them sometimes the hard questions, right? That you're kind of embarrassed to ask me, right? So we want to make sure to get you guys some connections with some peers, okay? Those that are student athletes, you guys kind of have a leg up because a lot of you know some upperclassmen already, or some students that have been here for a semester or 2, right? Just from practices and things, right? But I'll be bringing in a group of students to just come and talk to you guys, and you can set up meetings on small groups and things with them just to kind of talk and ask questions, okay? The second is going to be the academic advisor meeting. Preferably, this is going to be to register you guys for your classes for the spring if you have not done so already, and to talk about what your plan is going to look like while you're here, okay? The nice thing about college is some people have a plan that's very laid out. They know exactly what classes they need and know exactly when they need to take them. And some students have no idea what they even want to be when they grow up. That's me, right? So working some of that out with your academic advisor, you don't want to have to take a class that's not needed, right? If you're going to take a class, you want to kind of make it mean something, right? And get those academic questions answered. Those are going to be the questions regarding your program, regarding faculty, regarding scheduling. How's that going to work? What does that look like? Okay. This is going to be all of that academic class stuff. Make sense? Do you know who your academic advisors are? I know you're mine. I have a few more in here, I thought. Who else is mine? Is it just Victor? Oh, maybe it's in the other section. Okay. If you don't know, ask. We can figure it out. Some of you probably have Joe Edgerton as your academic advisor. Okay. I know Nicole Oman is an academic advisor. I believe Amanda Martin is one. Okay. More than likely, it's who you talked to and who you spoke with to get registered for fall. Okay. But it's going to be having a Zoom meeting or a one-on-one with them, basically talking about, you know, what's going to happen the rest of your time while you're here. Okay. Again, that's where you get those academic questions answered. Okay, let's see. The last thing that we're going to do is something called a life plan. Okay. This is going to be a paper. Please don't like panic. Okay. Please don't panic. Who all is in Professor Newsom's English class after this at 10? Okay. Just for those students, her and I are trying to get together for this life plan to count for both of our classes. So you only have to write one paper for both, okay? You don't have to do 2 then. Yeah, we're trying, dude. We're trying. Okay, we're trying to get our lives together. Okay, so it gives you guys one less paper to write. She's going to be grading it from the English perspective with the grammar and the layout, and it's going to be a research paper. So like your citations and all of that, I'm looking for content. I'm looking for what are you writing in it, okay? This life plan, we're going to be talking about it next week, even though it's not due for another 6 weeks. We're going to start looking at it next week, okay? It's going to incorporate things like those Clifton strengths that we're doing next week and all of the other little pieces that we're putting in together, okay? And again, as soon as Ms. Newsom and I can get some time together, we're going to try and make it so that you guys can submit one paper for 2 classes. Due dates and times. This is something that each faculty member is different. Each professor is going to be different when it comes to due dates and when things can be handed in, okay? I've told some of you guys already, I am hard, steadfast on due dates, okay? If I say it is due Thursday by midnight, it had better be Thursday by midnight. If it is 12:01, the system will reject it, okay? I'm not doing it to be ugly. I'm doing it to save my sanity, okay? Anyone remember how many new students I said I had? 180. How many assignments do I need to grade every week? Yeah, right? And that's only if I give everybody 1 assignment per week, okay? So, for my sanity, I am going to have to be very hard and steadfast on these dates. Now, the nice thing, you know when these dates are going to be. I'm going to skip one section right here. Course schedule. If you don't print anything out in this syllabus, I suggest you print out the 2 pages that are the course schedule, okay? This is telling you what is due and every due date, okay? You could take this course schedule with a calendar, sit down tonight and plan out your life between now and October 3rd. And that was really Jersey, I'm sorry, that came out weird. October 3rd. Okay? That's the big difference between college and high school, right? Here, your peer mentor meeting is due September 12th. Okay, you already know that. If I go to the next page, week 5, these are the readings. These are the topics we're covering for those weeks. Okay, these are the assignments that are due. These are when the journal assignments are due. Okay, your life plan is due 10/3, but again, we're going to start talking about it next week. Okay, so plan ahead, plan accordingly. Advising meetings due by the end of the course by 10/3. If everybody shows up at Joe's door on October 1st, which is the Friday, right? He's going to be mad, y'all. Right? If he walks in that Friday and he's got 80 of y'all standing by his door, he's going to kill me. Okay? Plan this out. This can happen anytime between now and then. Okay? A professor will never say anything about getting work early. Never. Okay? One of my students yesterday had brought to the table and during orientation that you need to be in control of your schoolwork. Do not let your schoolwork pull you along and dictate your life. Right? If you don't look at this until 10/1, that's now dictating what you're doing for the next 3 days instead of you being in charge of it. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. Again, my suggestion, go into the portal, print these out, write these dates in your calendar, figure out when they are. Okay. This also gives you a good overview of what we're going to be doing. So this week, we're looking at like technology. We're going to look at the online proctoring system. We're going to look at Zoom a little bit. And the librarians are going to be coming in to talk to us on just how to do research, just general research. We're going to be talking about that life plan, the Clifton strengths, learning styles, time management, note-taking, study skills. We're going to be dealing with PDFs, okay? My goal is that I will never hear in another faculty meeting that students didn't know how to use technology. Okay? Surprising, but it's true. If a professor says, okay, send me a screenshot of what you have, I want you guys to know how to do that. I want you guys to know how to record your screen if you need to do a screen grab to show IT what you're doing and why something's not working. Okay? I don't want you guys to be stumbling through some of those things. How to highlight on a PDF. Okay? I want you guys to know how to do that. How to sign a PDF if necessary. I know some of the athletes have to sign forms and things like that. We need to know how to sign PDFs. Okay? Just like in other courses, I do have a lot of PDFs in here. While you read it, it would be nice if you knew how to highlight it and kind of like keep track of things like you would in a regular hard textbook, right? Okay. Microsoft 365. Well, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with touchscreens, I'm just saying. We're going to talk about Microsoft 365. We all have access to Microsoft 365. Did anyone notice that the word Office is no longer in Microsoft 365? Anybody notice that? You did? It's been just recent, I think. But it used to be Microsoft Office 365. No, I think it started off Office 365. Then went to Microsoft Office 365. Now it's just Microsoft 365. All of you guys as students have access to Microsoft 365 with your Carolina University email. You can use Word, PowerPoint, all that good stuff. Just a quick survey. Do we have Mac users? I see a few Macs. Okay. If at any time, please keep me accountable, Mac people. If you can't do something on the Mac, ask me and I'll make sure I figure out how to do it on the Mac. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Because I know there's some things that are slightly different. We are going to look at the ever lovely email and etiquette of being an partially online student, which is going to be fun. We are going to do some stuff with Google collaborations, okay? You'd be surprised how many students we have that get put in group assignments and don't know how to collaborate with one another. Again, I don't want to hear from faculty that students don't know how to do things when it comes to technology, okay? If you don't know how to do it, come find me. It'll be our secret, okay? I'm here to make you guys look good. You guys are here to make me look good, right? Cool. Screen capturing, we're going to go a little bit into like some mental health. Because you're in college, you need to save your sanity. Okay? And that comes from a place of love. It really does. Okay? Nice thing, one of the things I love about being here, I've been here a year, is the family atmosphere that we have. And please know that if from any faculty, we're coming at it from a place of family, a place of love, okay? We're trying to make you guys look the best you possibly can, because then that makes us look good, right? So do not be embarrassed about questions of any type, okay, of any kind. And then on the last day, we're going to talk a little bit about professionalism and academic professionalism. If you went to the orientation over the weekend, Major talked a little bit about how to act, how to carry yourself, right? And what that means. One of the best examples of professionalism that I used to use with some of my other groups is I came from corporate America. I've only been teaching in higher ed for 2 years now. And I worked in a manufacturing plant, okay? I was a desk worker, I was an engineer, but I worked in a manufacturing plant. Okay, has anyone ever been in like manufacturing plants, seen them? Okay, what's usually on the floor? Like painted concrete, right? It's like the slickest thing known to man, y'all. Why they paint concrete? Completely beyond me, okay? Painted concrete on the floor. OSHA regulations say that you need to have fully closed shoes in order to be on the manufacturing floor, okay? That's a federal OSHA regulation. You'd be surprised how many interviewees would come in with their cute little sandals or flip-flops, and I couldn't take them on a tour of our facility, right? And it wasn't that I didn't want to. It was that legally, federally, I couldn't. Okay? It just brought a level of unprofessionalism kind of into the interview without even trying, for lack of a better word. Okay? So we're going to talk about how to be aware of those types of things, being aware of your surroundings, being aware of who you're speaking to and how you're speaking to them. Things such as, if you don't know what to call your faculty member, start out by saying professor last name. Okay? They will either correct you and say, no, call me this, or they'll say nothing and it'll be fine. Okay? Things like that, right? You have to give respect to get respect, right? So we all want to make sure that we're at that level. Okay? And I know certain, Coach Ferguson and Coach Williams, I know expects it from their players, and so we need to expect it from everybody. Right? Okay. Any questions so far? Now that I've babbled on for 40 minutes? No? Okay. The assignment weights. So the assignment weights, the assessment, and the grading scale. These are in every single syllabus, regardless of the professor. This is going to tell you what percentage of your final grade each one of those assignments that you're doing is. Okay? Just the knowledge. Course assessment. Those learning objectives we had earlier in the syllabus. This is why you're doing all of these assignments. Okay? So now you know why. You're doing the time management assignment to meet course objective number 4 from earlier. Okay? So you're not just doing it for busy work. You're not just doing it to do it. There are reasons. Okay? Grading scale. So on this is all an undergraduate class. So I only have the undergraduate class. Sometimes you'll see a second range next to it if it's an undergrad graduate class. Okay? This is what's going to be expected of you to make an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F. Okay? Professor-student interaction. This is also on all of the syllabi. Check your emails and announcements and calendar daily. We're going to go through about how to put Google email on your phone. Some of you probably already figured it out. I got some pretty quick emails this morning. I was very proud. Okay. Communication. Ask me anything. Okay. Please don't assume. I don't know what I don't know. Okay. Don't assume I know something. Don't assume I understand something. I would rather you explain it to me and me go, oh, okay, yes, I know, than have an assumption and go off in left field. Yeah. Again, email university policy says you have to use your Carolina University email. And again, let's put the GT103 in the subject line. Let's start making that a habit for all of our classes. Okay. And again, I'm going to be hard on this just to get you in the habit. Okay. It's not going to be reflective of your grade or anything like that, but I want you to get into the habit. So far for this course, the only day that we do not have class is September 6th, which is Labor Day. We are not having class on Labor Day in this class. If you have other Monday classes, I don't know what those faculty members are doing. But here's the deal. That's my birthday weekend. I'm not coming in on Monday. I'm just saying. Okay, so you guys get a day off for my birthday. You're welcome. Okay? Yeah, I'm old. It's not a party weekend. Right. Did you say party weekend? Oh, okay. I was like, I heard someone over there say party weekend. I'm like, I'm old. It's called a nap. That's how I party. Okay? Questions regarding your grades. I'm going to attempt to give some sort of feedback on all of your assignments. Okay, guys? Not this first one, because honestly, this first one is just a picture and uploading some information. But going forward, any of the things you hand in, I'm going to try to give you constructive feedback, either way. If you don't understand my feedback, if you would like additional feedback, let me know, please. Okay? Some people like a lot of feedback. You're probably one that likes a lot of feedback. Yeah? No?
Yes, I love
I can just tell. There's like an aura. And there's probably people who don't like feedback. My guess would be you, right? You just want like A and then like you're done, right? Yeah, see, exactly. And they're both fine, okay? So if you want more, let me know, okay? I'm more than happy to discuss any assignment with anybody. Just remember, 180, right? Okay, there's some course-specific policies to read through. A lot of this is just like, be nice to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Be nice to me, be nice to each other, okay? Again, we're a family. We're here to support each other. Don't be ugly. I can see your chats, Savannah. It's just a matter if I actually like come over and read it, but I can see them. I'm sorry, she has a question. Attendance policy, we already talked about that at the top of the class. If you're an in-person student, you need to be in class. I'm going to try and find a better way than that sheet. Did we know where the sheet went? Is it over in the corner? Did everybody sign in with that sheet?
No.
Oh, okay. This is the problem when we do sheets. The middle got left out. Oh, thank you, darling. Here you go, guys. So the front row got it, right? It's the middle two that missed it? You didn't get it? Okay. Oh, that's right, because you were a little bit. Okay, when you get it, can you hit it behind you? And then when you get it, let me just like flag you down and I'll bring it up to her. Cool beans. I'm gonna try again to reiterate, I'm gonna try to find a better way to do this. Bring your school ID to class tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get a scanner so we can just scan y'all and we don't have to deal with this. Cool? Yeah, because this is gonna be a mess. Me, you, and everybody. For those online, I can see who's online. And I'll be able to, I'm gonna take a picture so I don't mess it up. Does everyone else do that? Take pictures? Yeah. Because then I know who's here. There we go. I see you, Mr. Melvin. You're my buddy. It's fine. I see you. He's laughing at me. Okay. One thing to look for, and a lot of the professors are starting to do this, is a course abandonment clause, okay? If you do not show up for it at all for 7 to 10 days time, you can be just dropped from the course, okay? That includes communications and email and things like that. Typically, before anything like that, I will be sending you an email saying, hey, are you alive? Are you okay? What's going on? Again, I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm just trying to make sure that you're being successful, okay? We don't have mom and dad over us saying, what assignments do you have to do tonight, right? You got to be able to do that on your own. But if you disappear out of my class and I know you're supposed to be here and I know you live on campus, I'm going to send someone to go do a welfare check. Okay, because remember, we're family, okay? Athletes, if you are going to miss class for some reason, please just shoot me an email, not a big deal. We are going to work it out, okay? I know for fall, men's and women's soccer and women's volleyball, I think are the three. Is that? I know baseball and stuff has like practice, but like I think soccer and volleyball are the only ones with like games for the fall. And I know they do like weekend, like long things. I don't know, I was a cheerleader, I don't know a whole lot. Okay, if that's the case and you have to miss a class or two, please just let me know so I kind of know where you are and we can catch up after and we can make sure you're on track, okay? Again, not trying to get in your business. I'm just trying to keep you on track, okay? Okay. Last but not least on this syllabus, academic integrity. Hopefully everybody has been through this. We all know what it means, right? In short, plagiarizing, copying, you know, we want your own work, okay? Plagiarizing and copying are not going to help anybody, you know, and you're here to better yourself, okay? Any questions on the syllabus? No? Okay. No. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the course. And I'm going to point out a few things. So again, I'm going to put a Zoom link over here. It'll be at the very bottom and it'll say Zoom. And when you click on that, it'll take you to the Zoom link for the class. for synchronous, okay? Remember, asynchronous is using Edpuzzle. Now, there's a few things on here under course information and syllabus. You've got just generic course information. There's a calendar. There's also a roster. So if you need to get a classmate's email, it's going to be under that roster, okay? Now, real quick, your assignment for this week is to update your e-learning profile, okay? To do that, you're going to click up in this bubble up here and go to My Profile and Settings, okay? In here, you can select a photo that appears, and in here, you can put any kind of information that you want to put in there. I would like you guys to put your major in there so that if anyone's looking for, a computer science major, they can find one. If you would like to put your athletics in there, put baseball player, that's fine too. Just put something in the About Me. It's going to have your birthday. It's going to have your name. Click on all of these, okay? You're not going to break anything in this system. Trust me. I've clicked on everything multiple times, and it's not going to happen. The other big one is the My Info card. This is going to allow you to select what is going to show up on your profile, okay? So I want my photo, phone numbers, any kind of custom information. It's going to allow you to show or hide those, okay? So my hope is when I come back to this one and I come to course information and I go to roster, I want to see everybody's picture up here. That's your assignment. When you upload your picture, I'm going to check that you've done it and you'll get your credit. That's all we got to do this week. Okay, easy peasy. Like I said, I see a few pictures on there. A few people. Okay. If you click on more information, this is where that school email comes in. And if you put your major or your sport or whatever, it's going to show up in this contact information. Okay. If you go by a nickname, you can put that in here. If you go by your middle name, something, things like that, you can go ahead and put that in there. Okay. Because this is how your classmates are going to kind of get to know you a little bit, especially the online ones, synchronous and asynchronous both. Okay. So that's an easy assignment, right? Maybe? Yes? No? Hello? Okay, cool. Yes, Aiden. Okay, so over here under news and announcements, there is also a pre-course questionnaire in here, okay? Please take this, okay? It's going to be just extra credit. It's just going to ask you a few simple questions like, are you taking it asynchronous, synchronous, or in person, whether you have a PC or a Mac? Do you have anything outside of school that may affect your schedule? Do you have reliable internet? Do you have a laptop? Things like that. They're just kind of demographic type information so that I can get to know you guys a little bit better, okay? If you have any concerns about technology, please let me know, okay? We have computer labs on campus. We are looking for computer lab workers, I think they're calling them. Is that what Ms. Newsom called them yesterday?
Yeah.
Lab workers?
Lab assistant.
Lab assistants. Thank you. I'm like, there was a word she used. Y'all remember my coffee is sitting on my desk upstairs. We are looking for some computer lab assistants to have those labs open and available to students anytime they need to, okay? If for any reason you need to use a computer lab, shoot me an email, okay? Or shoot an email to the IT help desk, okay? And they'll forward it on to me. Make sense? Okay? If you need it to take a test or an exam or something for any other class, let me know. I will be down there. It'll be unlocked for you. You can go in there, okay? So yeah, this pre-course questionnaire, again, this is actually in Edpuzzle, so it'll give everybody kind of a feel for Edpuzzle. If you click on the Get Started It should take you to the website. Oh, I broke it, it's fine. It sometimes doesn't like me because, oh, it's on a different window, y'all. It's on the other screen. Okay. So here's the sign in with Google. That's what you're going to select. And then remember, Carolina University email and password, so you don't need to do another email and password. Okay. Megan is asking the Proctor Free test quiz in the coursework tab. We're going to talk about Proctor Free next class, probably either between now or Thursday. Proctor Free is our online proctoring system. So if at any time you need to take a quiz or an exam and the professor is requiring the online proctoring, you will know how to use it. Okay. Is anybody familiar with some other online proctoring? Like maybe lockdown browser?
We started those last year.
Yeah, right. They kind of like really came up during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lockdown browser's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah,
This
they
one's way
tried it out
better.
Last year, they were like, never mind.
Yeah. Proctor Free is a small download that you'll run on your machine. Okay. It's going to record your webcam and your desktop. And it just basically sends your professors a report. Okay. Typically my reports are like multiple people in the picture, which means mom walked behind you while you were taking the test. Or, you know, things like that. It's up. We selected it in particular because it puts a lot of the responsibility on the faculty. Okay. They're not going to lock you out of going to a website. It's up to the faculty to decide whether that's acceptable or not. The one thing it does do is if you have multiple monitors, you can only have one active. Okay. So I don't know if we have any multiple monitor people like me. More is always better, right? But you can only have one active at one time. What we have here is literally just a quiz to go in. It says I've read the syllabus and you click yes, just so that you know how to work the Proctor Free. Everybody should have gotten an email from Proctor Free about signing up. If you did not, shoot me an email. Did everybody get the attendance thing? Yeah, you got it, right? Okay, perfect, thanks. Okay. Yeah, Megan, we'll go over how to do that next class. Because with Proctor Free, so if you try to access the quiz directly in e-learning, it's going to ask you for a password. Okay. The way that we're using Proctor Free is that you have to log into Proctor Free. Proctor Free will give you the password for that quiz. Then you go back into our system and use the password. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Okay. One last thing I wanted to point out before I stop for questions for today is when you go to My Carolina University on the homepage, create support ticket. Okay. That's going to be your IT help desk. Okay. When you click on that, it's going to ask you for your email. It's going to ask for a subject, and then you just explain to them what's going on. And one of the IT guys will get in touch with you and they can help you work it out. Okay. Feel free to poke around. Go back. What? That's not helpful now, is it? There we go. Feel free to poke around in this as much as you can. There's a lot of information on here. Okay. We've got the parking passes, the forms, all of that stuff, all of your grades, all of your how to register for courses. It's all on here. Go to every single one of those tabs and go through every single one of those pages. Okay. Just click through it. There's so much information available to you guys. Okay. Okay. Any questions, comments? I don't see any questions online. Questions, comments, concerns for today? You guys are so quiet. We're gonna need group coffee.
I mean, I'm definitely down for just a coffee pot in here.
Yeah, like a coffee pot in here.
I would not complain.
I feel that. Okay, I'm going to stop actually this recording. Maybe.